Active and passive voice are very important in English grammar and especially for the paper point of view. They are the most repeated questions which come in every year question paper from 9th to 12th. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about active and passive. We will discuss each and everything in detail. So before moving forward to our video, it's a request to subscribe my channel for further English, grammatical and educational videos. So first of all, we will discuss the video content, that what are the things we are going to discuss in the video. Number 1, definitions. We will see some common definitions throughout the video. Number 2, tenses, that which tense can make passive and which can't, which is very important. Number 3, we will see most important thing, the rules, that how to change something from active to passive or from passive to active. Then we will make some changes in our sentence for making active to passive or passive to active. After that, we will see where we don't have to change anything. And at the end, we will have 20 examples in which we change a sentence from active to passive, and after 20 examples of active to passive, we will see 20 more examples in which we will change passive sentences into active. So these are the things which we will discuss in this video in detail, and I hope that after this video you don't need to see any other video of active and passive. So subscribe my channel and let's start with our video, active and passive voice. So first of all, we will start with the common definition of both active and passive voice, that what is active and what is passive. Basically, active means that when subject performs an action, we say it is active. Remember that whenever a subject performs an action, we say it is active voice. For example, he eats mango. So here, he is performing action, so it is active voice. But if we see passive voice, passive is totally opposite of active voice. In passive, subject receives the action. In active, subject performs an action. In passive, subject receives an action. For example, mango is eaten by him. So, subject receives the action. So, this is the common definition of both active and passive voice. Hope you understand it. Now we will see that which tense can be changed into passive and which can't. I already uploaded a 1-hour video on tenses in which I explain present, past and future tense along with affirmative, negative and interrogative. Its link will be in description. You can go and watch the full video in detail. Now we will simply revise that how many tenses are there and which can form passive and which can't. So basically there are 3 tenses: present tense talking about present, past tense talking about past and future tense we talk about future. So these 3 tenses are further subdivided into 4 types, and the 4 types are simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So these 3 tenses are further subdivided into 4 types. Now we will see which can't make passive. Always remember, whenever there will be future continuous tense, future continuous active voice can't be changed into passive voice. And secondly, perfect continuous tense of all these 3 tenses, if it is present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous or future perfect continuous, they can't be changed into passive voice. Till now, we have seen the common definitions of active and passive voice. Along with it, we have seen the tenses which can make passive and which can't. Now we will start with the most important thing, the rules. Rules plays a very important role in changing a sentence from active to passive and passive to active. If you know them well, you can change a sentence with ease. First rule is that you have to change the place of a subject and an object. In active voice, you have to change a subject will goes in the place of object and object will goes in the place of subject. Similarly, in passive voice, object will goes in the place of subject and subject will goes in the place of object. Just you have to change the place of a subject and object. Third is, you have to use the third form of verb. Always, even it's a past tense, present tense or future tense, you have to use the third form. With third form, you have to use by. And at the end, you have to do some changes. We will see in the next slide that what type of changes we have to do in a sentence. So now we will look at the changes, that which changes we are talking about. So now we will talk about changes, that which type of changes we have to do in a sentence of changing a sentence from active to passive or passive to active. Number one is whenever there is first form of verb do or does, we will use is, am, are. You have to remember these changes because we have to do a lot of examples further, so you have to keep in mind so you can do it easily. Second is that whenever there will be second form of verb or did, we will use was and were. Whenever there will be second form of verb or did, we will use was and were. Third is that whenever in a sentence there is has, had or have, we will use it as has been, had been and have been. Fourth rule is that whenever there will be will, we will use it, when we will change from active to passive, we will use it like that, will to will be. Fifth is that whenever there will be will have, we will change it into will have been. And last one is that whenever there will be use of continuous tense, I mean that whenever there will be use of ing, we will change into being. So these are only 6 common rules which we have to use in a sentence of changing into active to passive or passive to active. So now we will see that in which we don't have to change anything. So whenever there will be is, am, are or was and were in a sentence, we don't need to change anything. Whenever these two things are used, these two helping verbs are used, we don't need to change anything in a sentence. Now we will see some common examples of active and passive voice. Have a look at the video content. We have discussed definitions, we have discussed tenses, rules, changes and no changes. Now it's turn for examples of active and passive voice and passive to active voice. When we will use those changes and rules in our sentences, we will clear with our concept. So let's start with our examples. It's practice time. So first of all, we will change a sentence of active to passive. Active to passive. Inactive, the subject is doing something. Okay. First is the chef prepares the meal. So now which type of changes we have to do in a sentence to change into passive voice? So see the rules above. Chef prepares the meal. The meal will be the subject because subject will goes in the place of object and object will goes in the place of subject. So the meal. We are having the first form of verb, so we will use is as a helping verb, and prepared, third form is prepared. So the meal is prepared. We will use by before the subject. So the meal is prepared by the chef. Second example is she painted the beautiful landscape. Here ed is used. It means that it is a past tense. So in past tense we will use the helping verb of was and were. So the beautiful landscape is object. We will use it in a place of subject. Okay. So the beautiful landscape was painted. Here is a spelling mistake. It is not prepared. It is painted. So the beautiful landscape was painted by her. We will change she to her, he to him. Okay. So this is the basic concept. Third example is they built the bridge last year. So here the object is the bridge. So the bridge will comes in the place of subject. And we will use was because we are talking about the last year. So it is a past tense and we will use third form of verb. And build, third form is built. So the bridge, which is as object, we will use it in the place of subject. So the bridge was built last year by them. We will use last year before because we have to use subject at the end. So they will change into them. Fourth example is the company produces high quality products. We are using S here, so it means that it is a present tense. So in present tense, we will use the helping verb of is, am, are. And we are talking about more than one thing, products. So we will use are here. And third form of verb produce will change into produced. So High quality products, we will use it in the place of subject. So, high quality products are produced by them. Fifth example is the teacher will explain the lesson tomorrow. Here we are using will. So I already told you that when we will use will, we will change will into will be. And we will use third form of verb. Explain will change into explained. So the lesson will be used in a place of subject. So the lesson will be explained by the teacher tomorrow. Sixth example is they are fixing the car in the garage. So here the car, what is the car? Yes, the car is an object. We will use it in the place of subject. And fixing ing will change into being, and we will use ismr as a helping verb. So the car is being fixed in the garage by them. Seventh example of active voice is the gardener waters the plant daily. So daily is not an object. The plants is an object. So the plants will go in the place of subject. And here we will use, this is a present tense. So we will use ismr as a helping verb and third form of verb. So the sentence will be the plants are, because plants are more than one. So are will be used. The plants are watered daily by the gardener. The gardener is the subject. So we will use it in the place of object, and objects come at the end. Eighth example is they have completed the project. So I have already told you in the tenses video that whenever there will be I, we, they, you, we will use have, and whenever there will be a name he, she, it, we will use has. So the project, we will use, it is a name, so we will use has with it. So the project has been, third form, completed by them. So you need to see my tenses video. Its link will be in description to clear the concept about the tenses. Ninth example is the storm damaged the house. So here ed is used. So whenever there will be ed, so we will use was and were because it is a past tense. So the house, we will use it as the subject. So the house was damaged by the storm. So we have to use by before the subject. 10th example is she is cooking dinner right now. I have already told you ing will change into being, and ismr will not change. So the dinner is an object. So we will use it in the place of subject. So dinner is being cooked by her right now. I hope you are clear with the examples. 11th example is the company awarded him the employee of the month. So what is the object here? So before moving toward object, we will see that it is a ed, awarded. So we will use was and were as a helping verb. So he was awarded the employee of the month by the company. The company as a subject, it goes in the place of object, and awarded him, he will use at the start as a subject. 12th example is they sold the old furniture. So sold is already used as a third form. So we will use was because it is a past tense. So the old furniture as a subject, the old furniture was sold by them. 13th example is the police arrested the suspect. Here the suspect is a object. We will use it in the place of subject, and ed is used, so it is a past tense. We will use was as a helping verb. So the suspect was arrested by the police. It is very easy. If you remember the rules, changing a sentence from active to passive or passive to active is very easy. 14th example is the director is shooting the movie. So the movie is as an object, so it will goes in the place of subject, and ing is used. So ing will change into being, and the third form of verb. So the correct answer will be the movie is being shot by the director. You also have to learn all the verb forms because it is very important. I will upload the video of verb forms soon. 15th example is she has written the novel. I already told you that has will change into has been. So, the novel has been written by her. Third form was already used, just we have to change has into has been. 16th example is the team will announce the result. Will be changed into will be. Announce, third form will be use, and other things will remain same. The result will goes in the place of subject. So the result will be announced by the team. I hope that your concept related to active changing into passive will be clear now. 17th is they gave her a surprise party. So now a surprise party, which is as an object, we will use it in a subject. So a surprise party was given to her by them. Give second form is gave and third form is given. So we will use third form, which is given. 18th example is the mechanic is fixing the car's engine. So the car's engine is an object. We will use it in the place of subject. ing is used. ing will change into being. Is-mr will not change. I already told you that whenever there will be is-mr or was verb, we will not change. So the sentence will be the car's engine is being fixed by the mechanic. 19th example is the committee elected him as a chairman. So the ed is used, so when ed will use, we will use was as a helping verb. So he was selected or elected, he was elected as a chairman by the committee. 20th and the last example is the chef will prepare a special dish for us. So in this sentence, will is used, will change into will be. So a special dish will be used in the place of subject. So a special dish will be prepared, third form, for us by the chef. So we are done with active and passive. I hope that your concept of active and passive will be clear. So before moving forward to our next part, like, comment, subscribe my channel for further English, educational and grammatical videos. Now we will see that how to change a sentence from passive to active. Passive is totally opposite of active voice. Just we have to reverse the rules. You are seeing the rules in front of you. Just we have to reverse them and the sentence will change into passive to active. We will have a look at 20 examples. I hope in 20 examples you will clear with your concept. First example is the letter was written by him. So what we have to do is we have to remove all the helping verbs. So was will be removed and we will also remove by because we use by of changing an active into passive. Now we are making an active, so we will remove by. So we will use him will be changed into he. So he wrote a letter. Second example is the cake was baked by the baker. We will remove the helping verb was, we will remove by. So it is ed because ed is used, so that's why was it used. So remove by, we know that it is a third form because ed is used. So the baker baked the cake. I know you are feeling it a little difficult, but it is not difficult, it is very easy. Third example is the book was read by me. I already told you that when in a passive you are using helping verb of was. So with was you are clear with it that it is a past tense. Me will change into I. Remove by, so the sentence will be I read the book. Fourth example of changing a passive into active is the movie was watched by the audience. So here was is used, so it is clear that it is a past tense. Remove by, the audience will be the subject here. So the audience watched, we will use ed because it is a past tense. So the audience watched the movie. I am sure that you are clearing your concept. Fifth example is the car was repaired by the mechanic. Here again was is used, so it is a past tense. Removed by, the mechanic will come in the place of subject. So the mechanic repaired the car. Subscribe my channel for English, grammatical and educational videos which are almost uploaded on the daily basis. This is a new channel, need a lot of your support. Sixth example is, the story was told by my grandmother. Here was is used, so it is a past tense. Remove was, removed by. My grandmother told the story. Seventh example is, the computer was fixed by the technician. Here was is used, so it is a past tense. So remove by, remove was, the technician, which is the object here, will goes in the place of subject. So the technician fixed the computer. Eighth example is, the concert was attended by thousands of people. So thousands of people, which is used as the object here, it will goes in the place of subject. Was is used, so it is a past tense. Remove by, remove was. So the sentence will be, thousands of people attended the concert. Ninth example is, the report was written by the team. So it is also the past tense. Remove was, removed by, the team, which is used as a object here, goes in the place of subject. The team wrote the report. We will automatically change into the third form. 10th example is, the problem was solved by the experts. Remove was, removed by, because it is a past tense, the experts will come in the place of subject. So the sentence will be, the expert solved the problem. Eleventh example is, the cake was eaten by the children. Here it is also the past tense, so we have to remove helping verb was, we have to remove by, the children will come in the place of subject. So the sentence will be, the children ate the cake. 12th example is, the letter was mailed by her. Her will be changed into she. Remove by, remove was. So the sentence will be, she mailed the letter. So here we are changing into the past form, so you have to keep the verb form in mind, that which type of form you are going to use. 13th example is, the painting was created by the artist. Remove was, removed by, the artist will come in the place of subject. So the artist created the painting. 14th example is, the message was sent by her. Her will change into she. Remove helping verb was, removed by. So the sentence will be, she sent the message. 15th example is, the decision was made by the committee. Remove was, removed by, the committee will come in the place of subject. So the sentence will be, the committee made the decision. 16th example is, the article was written by the journalist. Remove was, removed by, the journalist will come in the place of subject. So the sentence will be, the journalist wrote the article. Right, second form is wrote. So remember, in passive tense you have to use the second form because we are changing into the past. So you have to keep in mind that which type of form you are going to use. 17th example is, the assignments was completed by the students. Remove was, removed by, the students completed the assignments. So I think you are clear with the concept that how to change a sentence from passive to active or active to passive. So here are two examples which you have to solve by yourself. 18th is the package was delivered by the mail carrier. And 19th is the song was sung by the choir. You have to do these two examples by yourself. Simply what you have to do is you have to remove by and you have to remove was. 20th example is the photographs were taken by the photographer. So remove the helping verb, remove by, and the answer will be the photographer took the photographs. You have to use the second form of verb here. So this was all from my side. Like my video, subscribe my channel and comment if anything is difficult for you. In today's video, we have discussed that how to change a sentence from active to passive and how to change a sentence from passive to active, which is very easy. We have discussed the rules, we have discussed simple definitions, we have discussed which type of changes we have to do for changing a sentence. You have to practice them. You can find more examples from the Google and you can practice from there. So this is a new channel, Laiba's English Corner, which need a lot of your support. Subscribe my channel and thank you so much for watching this video.